The UFC Apex will be closing for construction in November of 2024 and is scheduled to be reopened in the summer of 2025. Now, I'm not entirely sure if this is good news or bad news, but it's definitely news. It's no secret that the UFC Apex has been a lull among UFC fans lately. But with this news coming out, I guess that we're going to be getting a lot of road shows in between. So I guess that's good news, right? We would consider that good news. For newer fans and even old school hardcore fans, the UFC Apex fights are kind of like filler cards. You know, if you want to look for some new up-and-coming favorite fighters of yours, fighters you want to tell your friends about, or some sleeper bangers, there's some good fights on there every now and then, but it's just difficult to say that all of those cards are a must-watch as a UFC fan. I'd consider myself a hardcore fan, and I find myself struggling to get through most of these UFC Apex cards, aside from a good main and co-main event on occasion. But with the UFC Apex closing for construction for about 7 to 8 months, I'm curious as to what that means for the fight nights after the construction. Now, I wasn't aware that this happened until I heard about it on one of the MMA Hour episodes, but NXT had an event in the UFC Apex and they packed house. The UFC and WWE was able to figure out a way to pack that arena full of people. It looked great. There was great energy. You're looking at pictures of it right now. I mean, compared to what we get on a Saturday night Apex card, this is phenomenal. I just don't understand what's holding the UFC back from doing this with their own cards. It definitely did not take them 7 months to put this into effect. Making this arena and putting all of these seats in here was something that they did within days or weeks even. So with 7 months of construction going down at the UFC Apex, I'm sure that there's a lot more going on, but I'm curious as to what is going to happen with the actual arena. I just want the viewing experience to be better for the UFC Apex cards. And obviously with a bigger audience, you get that. I just hope the UFC is able to turn this around because I've really been struggling to get through some of these UFC Apex cards, and I consider myself a hardcore fan. I really hope they can put more people in the arena like WWE and NXT did with NXT Battlegrounds. What would you guys like to see the UFC do to make the Apex cards more exciting to watch? And as always, let me know what you guys would like to see next in the comments below. This has been Daily Tapouts. Thanks for watching.